Have you recently divorced within the past couple of years and now looking to put yourself out there again? Want to know some common pitfalls you can avoid to help put you in the best possible position to find love again? I've got those tips coming up for you right now. Hey guys, I'm dating and relationship coach Ryan Patrick. So I wanted to do this video today because a lot of you have been asking for a video like this in the comments, and I believe I have a unique perspective to add to the conversation. Now, my own parents got divorced when I was 5 years old, so I'm able to look at divorce from the perspective of your children if you have any, but also from a perspective heavily rooted in psychology, as I've helped many of my female clients get back on their feet, establish their independence and their individuality from their former spouse, and optimize their knowledge to get back out there to meet some great men. So some of my deeply embedded core memories as a kid come from how things were after my parents' divorce. And as I grew up, I found that my parents' struggles became much more relatable. It's one of the reasons I feel that I've been blessed with love my entire life. And that's because my parents and my step-parents all really made an effort to keep my sister and I in the forefront of their thoughts as they explored this brand new territory after divorce. And if you do happen to have kids, hopefully you'll have that instinct as well. So there are several things I want to explore with you today, and I want to approach it from the angle of what not to do, because I'd much rather you avoid these mistakes like the plague and do anything else, rather than tell you what to do and have you risk falling into these common traps. Make sense? So now let's discuss 7 mistakes women make after divorce and some ways that you can sidestep them altogether. The first pitfall is not having a game plan. If I could give you one simple piece of advice in this video and that was it, I would tell you to build a dating game plan and stick to it. Even having the slightest forethought on how divorce changed you or what kind of men would be good for you will make all the difference with your success. Just know that the dating game really hasn't changed all that much since you were last there. And now you have the addition of having the wisdom from a marriage in your corner. So here's the game plan. Date many, many men and enjoy what each of them bring to the table. There's no reason to commit to anyone right now, so just enjoy the single life for a while. The second pitfall is not thinking like a 20-year-old. Let's face it, when we were 20, things were less complicated. Our stress is typically centered around family, school, and getting a job. What I'm asking you to do here is just to call up a little bit of that mindset your younger self had once upon a time. Not the reckless and self-destructive stuff you may have done. That's not what I'm talking about. But making this journey much more about you and not about your past relationship. The 20-year-old spirit just attracts people to them naturally because they have eyes on a bright future, and it's just crystal clear that they've got fish to fry, and so do you. The third pitfall is not being self-indulgent. It's probably more than possible that divorce left you feeling depleted and just hollowed out, and that your ex just ran away with all your goods. It's time to replenish the void and replace lost items with bigger and better versions of what they once were. The only way to successfully do that for yourselves is to reevaluate your wants and desires right now, and to be a little selfish within reason. Now, if you have kids, they'll always come first. But by filling yourself up with new passion and new experiences, your kids are gonna benefit directly from this exercise because they're gonna see you happy. The fourth pitfall is not using technology to your benefit. So one thing that may have changed quite a bit since you last dated is technology. Now sure, you have dating apps and you have dating websites, but one thing that's been really enhanced, even in the last few years, are niche dating sites. There's literally something for everybody now. On my blog, I've done extensive research and reviewed a lot of these niche dating websites. So feel free to check out those reviews at daterboy.com/reviews, and you'll see my dead honest opinion about all of those sites. Also, a while back, I did an extensive video on my #1 choice for a dating website in 2020 and why I feel that way, and I gave some tips to help maximize your experience there. So I will link to that video above here for you. The 5th pitfall is not looking at men your age as equals. This is a big one in my book, and it makes a lot of sense why this would be happening, and I just want to touch on it real quick. Now, in my experience with consultations with clients of women that are coming out of divorce, there's a tendency to brandish the age group of your ex-husband as defective or ill-intentioned. Now, I'm not saying that you're doing that or that you will do that. But during this new time of reemergence and self-discovery, it's really important to minimize broad labels like this by recognizing that there are many types of men that would probably make you quite happy, even if that type hasn't crossed your radar as of yet. You just end up widening your scope and you give yourself so many more options. The 6th pitfall is not listening to your intuition. Another negative consequence of divorce I see is that there's sometimes this second guessing or even this punishing of your intuition. You know, it's almost like, well, you led me astray with this last guy and look what happened. So for some of you, one day you woke up and you just stopped trusting your gut instincts. Now, you guys have been through a pretty traumatic experience. And although I haven't been divorced and I am married, but I have had my heart broken in the past and it feels terrible. But it's experiences like this where your intuition actually benefits the most. So now is the time for its voice to be the loudest. I know for some of you, it might even feel counterintuitive, but you've been hard enough on yourself already, haven't you? It's time to be good to yourself and rally those troops within, so to speak. The 7th pitfall is not leveling up your standards. Once you get past the idealizing your relationship with your ex phase, you begin to see all the crap that you never want to see again in your life. Now's the time to pile up that wish list sky high for the next person that's going to sweep you off your feet. And by making your wish list ridiculously almost unattainable, it will keep you in the dating game sorting through guy after guy long enough for you to be able to see all of the things that are important to you and that you need to find the next time around. So don't be in a rush to get back to those positive, feel-good feelings that your ex once gave you. That's coming again real soon, but this time it's starting from within. If you guys haven't checked out my video from a couple weeks ago, I highly recommend you give it a look, called How Not to Get Attached to a Guy. There's this great thing I created for you called the Attachment Assessment, which is free, that I want you to take. This little interactive quiz I put together is gonna be great to let you know where your mindset stands right now if you were to start dating men. And if you find that your responses to the quiz give you an outcome that lets you know that you might be getting attached to him a little too early on, it's gonna give you some suggestions on how you can just get back on track. So go ahead and click on this video above and you guys will find out how you can get your free attachment assessment. Guys, if you found this video helpful, please give it a like below. I'd invite you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and please turn on all notifications so you never miss one of my weekly Monday videos. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you guys next week.